Alright everybody, back on the yellow submarine. This is the start of part 4. What I'm going to be working on today is the portholes. I'm going to have to drill them out, and it'll be the top portholes. You got top and almost not close to the bottom, but where my finger is. I don't know if you can see them. There's 4 there. I'm going to leave them go. I'm not going to drill those out, but the 4 up here and on the opposite side of the yellow submarine with the instructions here, it shows the decals, like where my thumb is, that where the portholes are, and with the decals you can see right here where my thumb is, it's number 2. I'm not going to drill the portholes all the way out. I'm going to have to really do my homework and cut out the center of these holes, because that's where I'm going to drill out the portholes and use I don't know, canopy glue for the windows. So it's not going to be the whole porthole, just the center of the porthole that I'm going to be drilling out, so I don't have to drill out the whole part of the, because they're good size. I know the camera might not pick them up with the glare. Let me turn off the overhead light, maybe that might help. Not any better. Turn that back on. But they're right there. You go. You can see them a little bit. They're right here, and I'm not going to drill them all the way out, just the center. So I'm going to have to do my homework and cut out carefully the center of those decals, and then use them like a mask, put over the portholes, and mark them and drill them out. So we're going to get started working on the yellow submarine. Figured I'd give everybody an update, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the yellow submarine. I used an X-Acto knife, sharp blade, cut the inside circles out of the decals. Little surgery work there, but it turned out pretty good. And then on the instructions, it shows you here where it goes on the sub, number 2, right where my thumb is. This is number 2 decal, but there's a little problem with the portholes on the sub. They're much bigger than the decals. They're not lining up, so I got my homework cut out for me. I'm going to have to cut each one out individually and eye it and center it, and then use my marker here to darken inside this circle that I cut out on the plastic here, so I can cut out those portholes. So I figured I'd give everybody an update what I'm doing with the yellow submarine, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the yellow submarine. I've been working on it the last couple days, modifying it, getting it ready to light block it on the inside. I drilled out the windows, both sides. This side turned out real good. This side here I was a little off on this porthole, so I had to fill it with putty, redo it, turn all over the overhead light off, and just use the flashlight here. You can see that the windows are going to look good when it's lit up. The only thing is that on the bottom here, there's 2 wheels that go in the back, 2 in the front. In order for me to seal this all up, I had to cut a piece out last night and just glue it on this one end and putty it. I'll have to do the other end once I put the model together. But you got this opening right here, and I'm going to have to fill that in. So in order to do that, I got this Chopper 3, and I got this from hobbylink.com. They have a long version and a shorter version. In mine, I got the long version. And what's good about the Chopper 3 is you can just cut a perfect piece out of plastic, tubing, or a sheet of plastic. It'll give you a perfect cut. So I'm going to have to measure this here and cut a piece out, and I'll have to do it in sections because this only will cut a piece you know, just like in sections. It won't be a long piece because the blade on this is only so long, but I figured I'd share this tip with everybody about the Chopper 3. I'm going to go ahead and get started here and do some measuring and cutting. I can't fill this in until the model's together and it's all glued together, but I figured I'd give everybody an update what I'm doing with the yellow submarine. Plus you get this here with the Chopper 3 angle guide, which is cool, from 5 degrees to 45 to 60 to 90, and the same with the other side. So I figured I'd share this quick tip and what I'm doing with the yellow submarine, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the yellow submarine. Been doing my homework. What I failed to say on the chopper is the blade's 1.5 inches, so that's the length of a cut you can get with the chopper. I just couldn't think of it off the top of my head, but the blade's 1.5 inches long, and that's the length of the cut that you can get with the chopper. On the bottom here, I pieced it all in, so I'll have some, once I glue both sides together, of course I'll have to putty it, do some sanding, but that's down the road. I would say it's done. It looks really good. Filled in that gap. If I can today, I'll hit the inside and light block it. I figure I'd give everybody another update, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the yellow submarine. Today I'm going to be working on the top portion of the yellow submarine. This part here. Already drilled the holes out. I had to open them up a little bit for the periscopes. This part here I had to drill too for the wiring for the SMDs to go through, and then I drilled a hole in the bottom. Now this part here, once it's assembled, goes on the inside of the sub, and this part's sticking up here, and then this part's up on top, and then the scopes sit up here. This part's red, so I'm using flat red Tamiya XF7. So I'm going to set up the spray booth, paint this. I light block this too, so when it's on the inside with the lighting that I'm going to have, I don't want no light leaks, so I may leave it primered or hit it with flat black. I'm not quite sure yet what I'm going to do with that part. I figured I'd give everybody a quick update. I want to try to get this done today and have it assembled and have the scopes on it, so it shouldn't take me long to get this part painted red, and then let it dry, and then hit it with a clear coat. So I figured I'd give everybody an update on the yellow submarine, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the yellow submarine. I'm going to get ready to assemble the conning tower and the scopes. When I get that all assembled, I'm going to hook it up some power and take a look at it and see how it turned out. I may temporarily hook it up to the yellow submarine and add some lighting into that too, just to get a good look at what it's going to look like when it's all done. So I figure I'd give everybody a quick update on the yellow submarine, and I'll talk with everybody later. Alright everybody, another update on the yellow submarine. Yesterday I worked on the conning tower. Put it all together. It looks pretty cool. May have a little bit of a touch up to do, but it turned out awesome. And then for the inside of the sub, I've been trying where to put the LED tape. Tried it on the bottom, didn't work out too good, and I got it above the port hose. So that's probably where I'm going to mount them once I seal up the sub. So I'm going to pause the camera here for a minute, assemble everything, and hook it up to some power, and see how it all looks together with the lighting, and I'll get back with everybody here in a minute. Alright everybody, back on the yellow submarine. I got it temporarily together. Now I'll go ahead and turn on some power. Got it set at 12 volts. You can see the portholes look pretty cool. See the periscopes all lit up. Looks pretty awesome, I think. Turning out pretty cool. Get the other side here. You can see the scopes on this side. The lighting portholes. I think with the taped up above, the portholes makes the lighting look a lot better. And then back view. So I'm going to go ahead and call this a wrap for part 4. I'd like to thank all my YouTube subscribers. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and I'll talk with everybody later.